Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there is doing well and staying back once again with some more Pokemon trading card game pocket. Today's video, I feel like trying out this Wigglytuff deck that I built and see if I can manage to win a game or two with it. This deck is pretty simple in its composition. It just revolves around Wigglytuff, Exeggutor, and Tauros. But I will have a more in-depth deck list in the description below this video should you want to check it out for yourself and maybe try this deck out or just improve upon it. I'll try to explain my overall game plan and thought process behind this deck as we actually get in some matches, but yeah, let's not be rambling and let's go out and find our first game. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here. Let's see what we can manage to get done. Going second, that is always a good thing in my book. And we start with Exeggcute and Jigglypuff. Alright, that's kind of the ideal starting hand. I would have liked to have seen Exeggutor, but we'll do what we can. But yeah, so the whole premise of this deck is hopefully you do want to start out with Exeggcute and Jigglypuff in your opening hand. The whole idea is to use Exeggutor as your meat shield and to have and build your Wigglytuff up in the background, since Wigglytuff does need 3 energy to get started. I also run a Tauros in this deck just because Tauros is good against EX Pokemon, dealing an extra 80 damage against them, so you can hit them from 120. So ideally you're trying to build up Tauros and Wigglytuff in the background while you have Exeggutor up. And thankfully I do have an Exeggutor in my hand now, and we have both Jigglypuff and Tauros on the bench. Hopefully I can draw into Wigglytuff eventually, but Wigglytuff's whole thing is that it's really not much different from, let's say, like a Vileplume. Its whole gimmick is that it just puts your opponent to sleep. So hopefully we can just be annoying, deal damage, all while they can't attack us. And the plus and a con of Wigglytuff is Wigglytuff only does take is only stage 2, so you only have to worry about leveling up 1 time. But where it's the EX, you lose 2 points for losing Wigglytuff. But yeah, that's kind of the idea behind this, is just getting Exeggutor built up as our shield while we build up Tauros and Wigglytuff optimistically. And I run this version of Jigglypuff because seeing also put your opponent under, and hopefully we can delay until we can build up into what we need to. But that's my reasoning behind it. It looks like we're going up against an electric deck, so this might be, is this Pikachu or is this a Surge? Team Magneton, so they might be running Raichu, I would guess. But we're gonna take a solid 20 on Exeggcute and X speed. But we do have our Exeggutor, so we will knock out this Pokemon, or no matter what. And well, I don't know if I want to build Tauros or build. We'll build Jigglypuff for now, since I don't see any EXs on the field for the time being. We'll be as smart as we can. And we got 2 leaves, so if we get into any real trouble, we can get Exeggutor out. It's okay. We knock out their first Pokemon. Let's see if we can get Wigglytuff started to go in the background. Let's see what they opt to bring in here. They probably don't want to bring in their Magneton just because they presumably if they're running Raichu, they need that to get the 1-hit KO, depending on what version of Raichu they're running. But they don't have Pikachu either right now, so they can't really be hit, thankfully. They got a Snorlax in the background too, that's interesting. But if they do have Zebstrika, they can start picking off our bench, which would be bad. Now, I could forcibly switch something in, but they probably wouldn't really switch in the Magneton, which is what I'm shooting for. If we get lucky in another heads, we can just go ahead and take out this Blitzel and get a lead. Or I should say an even bigger lead than what we already have. But let's see if we can get lucky here. Alright, they got Zebstrika. They're probably going to hit my Jigglypuff, which is going to be bad. Unless I draw into Wigglytuff here. And I did not get that lucky, so let's start making some moves. I'm going to obviously have to start powering up Tauros. Just in case we don't get to keep Jigglypuff around, but I'm going to Sabrina in, make them Sabrina in something. It was probably a waste because they're probably going to bring in a Heliophile. If I'm maybe saying that right. I can't pronounce names because I'm stupid. They would have no reason to bring in Magneton and risk me knocking it out. Or they're going to bring in Snorlax. That's actually an interesting choice because they can get Snorlax back out. And it gives me the time to build and hopefully draw into Wigglytuff. So while drawing Fight Out might be a negative is also a positive. They also have too many Pokemon on their bench, so they can't really build into Raichu or make use of Magneton, which is good. Until I knock out the Snorlax. And they have to waste resources in order to get Snorlax out. Let's see how they opt to build here. Thankfully, you can't play two leaves at the same time, so they can't do that to get Snorlax out. But show me Wigglytuff, please. They're not running any X's, so I can't really make use of Tauros, unfortunately. Or at least they can't play any EXs right now. There might be a Pikachu or hiding in there somewhere. But alright, let's see. We do get our Wigglytuff. If I could have got that a turn sooner, then I wouldn't have to play Sabrina. But now we'll start building Wigglytuff up. Start swinging, or continue swinging with Exeggutor. Alright, we get a heads. And we're gonna need, okay, we don't need another one. My math is off because I'm bad at math. But we don't need another heads to at least KO the Snorlax. And they can't really get Snorlax out unless they have an X speed and a leaf they want to burn. And they don't have the threat of building up into Raichu just yet either, which is nice. Do they have the Wombo combo of X speed and leaf? They do not. I don't know why they would have opted to place and introduce Snorlax there then. Alright, well, let's get our energy into Wigglytuff. And I guess we're just gonna swing. And down will go the Snorlax, regardless of what the coin toss gods decide to dictate for me on this day. And I don't know who they would really opt to bring in. Probably not Magneton. I can't KO Zebstrika or Loisk in one shot, so it really doesn't matter. I guess for them. I guess it maybe Zebstrika would be the smarter choice because they can take out Exeggcute. But they're not going to do that. Okay. Heliolisk. Heliolisk. I can't pronounce any damn thing. Alright, well, I'm probably going to have to get... If they get heads here, I'm going to have to absolutely take out... they do. Exeggutor. Because we can't run the risk of getting a one shot here, but thankfully we do have our... we have Leaf. Sorry. Let's get Exeggutor out of here. Cost of 1. Bring in Wigglytuff, and we can be annoying now. And let's go ahead and put an energy right back into Exeggutor, because why not? And we'll put this Heliolisk sleep. And hopefully it stays asleep so they can't tag back out. But let's see if the coin toss gods work with me, and they're not going to. That's usually how it goes. But if I can tag into my Sabrina, or draw into, I should say, my Sabrina, then I can make them bring in something like KO at the very least. But let's see what happens here. If they drawn into anything that will ruin my day. They do have to still build up that Pikachu if they're going to do the whole Raichu thing. But no, they got Zapdos. But, I mean, my surprise, they could be not running Pikachu at all. But let's see. Alright, so we're going to get hit for 40. They can still... Wait, well... Because they opted to hit me, this is actually over. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, well, no need to draw it out. We'll just knock out this, their final Pokemon and be done with it. I was doing advanced calculations for turns that weren't going to happen. Alright, well, we get one win on the board with this Wigglytuff deck. It's one more than I thought we'd get. But yeah, good game to that opponent, and I'll be back when I find my next match. Alright, looks like I found my next opponent here. Let's see what we're going up against. But unfortunately, we have to go first, which is never good. Alright, well, we didn't draw Execute or Tauros, so we have to start out with Jigglypuff. I don't want, but we gotta try to make do with what we can. And we're going up against, I presume, Starmie Greninja, so they can get started pretty fast. So this can go south quick, fast, and in a hurry. Hopefully this isn't Execute. Another Jigglypuff, that's unfortunate. We have no evolution, so... Really doesn't behoove me to put Star You to sleep, because as soon as they evolve it and Star Me, then it's just going to be trouble. So we're just going to, I guess, put all of our stock into Tauros at the moment. And see if that is the right decision or not. But they've got a full bench, damn. Well, granted, we're one card shy of being able to do that ourselves, but don't want to get hit by a Starmie. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of just have to leave this Jigglypuff out to dry, unfortunately. And we draw the Giovanni. So, yeah, it didn't really behoove me to put Staryu to sleep, because there's the evolution option. I could forcibly tag something in to try to delay, which I guess that might behoove me to do to keep Jigglypuff around a little bit longer. So that's the decision I'm going to make, and we're just going to roll with it and see what happens. Alright, they're bringing Froakie. I mean, they could have an X speed and make what I just did not matter, but we're going to hope that isn't the case. But see what I mean, they could have a Misty too. There's a lot of bad things that could happen, so considering that we're playing a water deck. Yep, they had the Starmie. And if they have X speed, goodbye Jigglypuff. Okay, now they're going to have to forcibly tag. Alright, but they're going to opt to pop. Okay, we do get a Wigglytuff here, but we're not going to build one in the active zone. We're going to build up this one in the background. And then I'm going to end my turn. And I just kind of gotta let them tag into Starmie, I would presume. I mean, it probably would have been a better idea to maybe just bring in Tauros instead of opting to split my area between Wigglytuff and Tauros. Oh, they're gonna make the decision for me, unfortunately. So we're just gonna bring in Tauros ahead of schedule. And just opt to build this Wigglytuff back here. Alright, we do have a leaf, but didn't really behoove me to play it. So, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to put old Tauros here out to pasture. And hopefully we can get some lucky coin tosses going our way so we can keep the Starmie locked down. Alright, they have no more basics, so they are just running Staryu and Froakie. Alright, they're gonna opt to sacrifice Froakie so they can get the damage to lead on Wigglytuff here. But I got no choice but to do this, unfortunately. Alright, we get another Poké Ball. This will be our Exeggcute. And we do get Exeggcute out, but no sign of Exeggutor just yet, or our other Wigglytuff. But we can knock out this Froakie, and they can't knock out our Wigglytuff, but they're going to do a quick 90 to Wigglytuff. And now I kind of got to play the chance game just a little bit. I'm just going to have to just leave Wigglytuff out here and then take the damage. And run the risk of getting KO'd next turn, because I can't really wait around too long. Because if they get Greninja going, it's going to be a moot point, because they're just going to knock me out in a couple turns, and they conceded. I don't understand. You were probably going to beat me, but I will gladly take the pity, I guess. Well, alright. Well, not an ideal win, but I will gladly take it. But good game to that opponent, and I'll go find one more match. Alright, looks like I found my final opponent here. And we're going first, but let's see if we can get the hat trick, win 3 in a row here. Why not? Granted, I don't know if I can respectively count that last game, considering they conceded when they were probably getting ready to beat my ass. But looks like we're going up against, I would presume, Charizard or Arcanine. But unfortunately, where we're going first, they get to build a little bit faster than I can. But we get 2 Jigglypuffs out. And hopefully this Professor Oak will give me a Wigglytuff and an Exeggutor. Well, almost got what we needed. There's one down, and that's all I can do. But let's just hope they haven't drawn into their Charmander or Arcanine. Interesting, running a Ponyta. They might be running one of the older Charizard variants, possibly. Unless this is just Blaine with Moltres, that's also kind of interesting. But if that is the case, Blaine kind of runs so quickly that, or builds up so quickly, you don't really even need Moltres, really. But they're going to put the fire energy into Ponyta. We do draw our Exeggutor, all good things. Now we can start swinging on this Moltres. Kind of put the pressure on them a little bit, especially if I get lucky enough to get a heads here. And let's go ahead and play Oak as well. Mill out the deck. And we do get a Tauros as a little bit of a backup plan. And let's get our energy into Exeggutor. And hopefully we get a heads here. That makes things so much easier if we do. And we do see Mew. Alright, well this puts on the pressure, because if I get another heads, there goes Moltres. So it might behoove them to get Moltres out of here. Alright, they're going to get another basic on their hands. Hopefully that's not a Charmander, but we'll see what luck will dictate. Maybe it is just Blaine with Moltres. That's an interesting build. But I don't begrudge anyone for trying anything different. Or something different, I should say. And another Ponyta. So this may just be Blaine with Moltres. Alright, they're going to bring in the Ponyta, I'd presume. And hopefully they get a Tails. Alright, let's hope we don't get hit for 60. Alright, so we're going to get hit for 30. That is fine. That's what Exeggutor is for. To be our tank. Got a Sabrina, it's a good little bit of a cushion. And let's see if I can get lucky here and take out this Ponyta. Alright, luck will be on my side, I'll take that. I'm not used to seeing so many heads in one video for me. Alright, down goes the Ponyta. And who will they opt to bring in here? Alright, they're going to bring in the other Ponyta. Now, I might play Sabrina here, just so we can avoid Ninetales, but they're going to tag me in. So I guess I'll just bring in this Jigglypuff. It only has a 1-cost retreat, and they can't kill me here. Unless they're running the other Rapid Dash, but it doesn't matter. They don't have enough energy to do it. Alright, we'll take the hit on Jigglypuff. We get another X-Speed, so we can for sure get out. Power up this other Wigglytuff. Or our only Wigglytuff, I should say. Get out of here. And we'll bring in Exeggutor. Now, I am going to Sabrina. Just to eliminate the threat of Ninetales. I mean, granted, I have to get a hedge for that to work, but maybe we'll get lucky and get 3 in a row. I don't know if I've ever seen 3 in a row before. Alright, well, I have now. Alright, so the coin toss gods are just gonna look out for me today. I will gladly accept that. Alright, well, now what they opt to do. Alright, so unless they evolve into Rapid Dash. Well, no, I can't win here. I can't win here because I don't have Leaf in my hand. If I had a Leaf, I could just use it on Exeggutor, then put the energy on Wigglytuff, one-shot the Ponyta. But that's not going to happen. We're going to get hit for 50. Alright, we get another Exeggutor. So we're just going to build up Wigglytuff. And where we won't, even if they kill Exeggutor, they only get 2 points. So that won't result in a loss. So we can just, we can be risky here. Alright, there's a Tails. I probably had that one coming. Long overdue for that. And now they have to get Ponyta out or lose. Unless they have Rapid Dash. Alright, and they do. So they can only hit me for 60. Correction, they can now hit me for as much as they need to. But that matters not, because they can't win here. And Wigglytuff is a one-shot. So that will result in a win for me. Good for me, bad for them. Right, well, there's a leaf, but one turn too late, and they did opt to concede there, which I totally understand that. But all right, well, 3-0 with the Wigglytuff deck. That's not the result I was expecting, but you know what? I would gladly take wins where I can get them. But I do believe I will end the video here. Good game to the opponent, though. Feel free to leave me any comments on how I can improve this deck. I'm sure this can be played way more optimally. I am not the greatest in the whole world at deck construction, so feel free to give me some notes to improve upon this. Once again, if you made this far, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.